Hey everybody, it's Keejchen here, and welcome back to some more Dungeon Beneath. This is just a quick showcasing of a really cool build that I did in a run where I was recording, but I forgot to turn on my microphone, which happens sometimes. I just thought it was really cool, and it showcases the Lizardfolk team, which is what I've called it here. And there we are up against the Illifar boss. So this video contains spoilers. If you don't want to see the new end boss yet, then pause here and get the hell out. Or if you want to see it, well, keep watching, because I'm gonna just show you the fight, talk a little bit about what happens and what I'm doing. Like I said, I lost the commentary, but I'm commenting over my own video here just to show you guys what it's all about. So this playthrough here, there's just I got all the lizard stuff, all of it. It was so good. Like, we have the lizard hero, and I'm going to be mousing over all the things to show you all the things that I do. We're up against Illifar on the right there, which is the new end boss. Illifar, haunted by Illifar, king of demons. And let's see if I can keep up with my own hovering over stuff. Let's see, king of demons. When Illifar dies, when a demon dies, Illifar takes 25% damage. 25 damage, not percent. And resummons a random demon, so you gotta kill the demons. So we had Elder Grix. Maybe I should pause a little bit when I hover over things so I can talk about them. Here. Elder Grix, the whole lizard mechanic, they have two major mechanics. They combo off of allies dying, and they usually have this thing called scheming, where if they don't attack, they do another effect. But Elder Grix has a thing here: when an ally dies, she attacks, so you really want to boost her attack, so you get more attacks out of attacking when allies die. Then I also managed to get her this Soul Stealer here, which makes her restore health when she kills an enemy, which is really cool. Means I sometimes can tank some damage on the hero. And when she kills an enemy character, she also deals a random damage, 1 damage to a random enemy. And if that kills the enemy, then it will keep comboing with another Void Fury Ring combo, and we steal health as well with the Soul Stealer. So this is really powerful. Then we have the Lizardfolk Archer here, which has extra health. This one, when an ally dies, it gains 2 extra power, basically 2 extra damage for the round. So here we have a Scavenger's Cloak. When this character kills an enemy, it summons a Raven, and a Raven is an ally that you can lose and then trigger all the ally dies effects. So that's really powerful, having this for the lizard group. And then the Arbalest at the bottom just increases his base attack and lowers his speed. Then we have Amguan, the Lizardfolk mage here, multi-class mage. This one has scheming, which means when it doesn't attack, it gives 2 power to all allied lizardfolk. And all of my team members are lizardfolk. There's 5 of them in total, so that means that in total she generates 10 power, 10 damage per turn spread out across the team, including herself, and she doesn't attack. So you're basically using the other 8 power most of the time, and then she doesn't attack, but she will keep accumulating power. And at some point, when you have about 20 power on her, I will let her attack around and not scheme, but just do the damage that she's accumulated and do a big attack. That's really powerful. And so I have given her a Titan's Wall, which lowers her base attack, so she can't actually do any damage. Just getting a lot of extra health. She has Soul Lens, so which is when an ally dies, deal 1 damage to the nearest enemy. It's a good little effect. And then she has a shield. And 8 health is not nothing, so she's kind of a tanky little thing that we can use every once in a while to take a shot as well, while she's scheming. I'm saying she, for some reason, not sure. Oh, and so one of the best ways to scheme, or easiest way to scheme, is this character is back only. And so in the first round, I'm just putting her in the front line because she cannot attack from the front line, and then she'll be scheming. That works out really well. And if you have a front liner, you can put them in the back line in the first round in order to activate scheming. Then we have what? This is what I'm demonstrating right now. If I put her here, she would attempt to attack and do 0 damage, but not scheme. So you gotta put her in the front row. That's alright, Keejchen, move on. So again, Illifar, you can see his thing in the bottom right there. He spawns these 2 demons that are on the board, and he attacks himself. And the demons, they come in, they are a host of different demons. All right, now we're back to showing off another character here. We have your Praliator, the Lizardfolk multi-class. This is a fighter as a base. And he has a thing that says if this character kills an enemy, they attack again, which is very, very powerful. And in this video, I am going to show you why. I actually break the game later on with this, but hold on. We increase his attack, and he also has a vampiric helm for some sustainability. So Doom says means whenever an enemy dies, he restores 1 health, which is really great. And then 2 extra health from the gauntlets up there. He can use a bow because he's a multi-class, so he's considered both a fighter and an archer and a mage. Yeah, really powerful character. Usually this means that if you have like an enemy here, an enemy there, and then the boss behind, he can attack the first one, then attack the next one, and attack the third. And if he has power, he gets the power for all those attacks. Normally you lose the power after you make an attack, but if you have like a multi-attack kind of thing, then you will sustain the power throughout that attack. Keep that in mind for later, because we're also building a ton of power, right, through our Lizardfolk here, and we've got some other things. So here's the Hypogean, the Lizardfolk fighter. He has a scheming ability that says restore 1 health for each allied Lizardfolk. So he's like a super tank, super healer. He is at 11 health at the start, and when he's damaged enough, we can heal him because we have 5 Lizardfolk on the team. He can heal for 5 around. I don't think there's any other characters in the game that can heal by themselves for 5 health per round. This is super powerful. And then I combo it with having a little bit of extra health for a buffer. And then I give him 2 of these lightning fangs, which are Lizardfolk only items, and they give them 1 power per turn. And the reason why these are good on him is because when he does very little damage as a base, but then when you attack with him, I mean, he does 3 damage because he gets 2 extra power per round. But once you start scheming and not attacking with him, he will still be gaining the power. And the power, like I said before, when you don't attack with your power, you just keep accumulating it. So this works out really well for him because he's gone scheming for a lot of the time, but usually it'll end up like I scheme with him for 10 turns, just tanking hits. And then 1 turn I realize, okay, now I don't need to tank a hit. Then he gets to attack with whatever power he's been accumulating. And you'll see that in this fight as well. And then I think we're done going over my team for now. Oh, except at the top we have some artifacts that I'll be showing off, I suppose, in a second. And Illifar is a really cool end boss. I like him a lot more than the other end boss that have been in the game since launch. And the reason why I don't like the other one, I can cover that really quickly here, is just because the other boss has this effect that sets the highest level of my characters to 1 health, no matter how much starting health they may have. So you can't have like a super health tank character, and then he usually attacks for 8 damage in the next turn. So you gotta have like have an insanely tanky team in order to you can't just have 1 tank in that team, is what I'm saying, because if you have that, then he gets set to 1 health, and the next turn you have 8 damage coming in on the team, and it's almost impossible to tank that second hit. I almost always lose a character to that little combo, and then once you lose a character against the boss that early on, you just lose the game. So this guy doesn't really do that kind of hard removal of a character. So Illifar, you can actually build up like a really strong tank front line to tank the demons and his attacks and all kinds of things. Now they do a lot of other shenanigans and janky business, but it's manageable, I think. So at the top we have the artifacts that I've been accumulating through this run. We have the Holy Distiller that I started with. This one says after the first round, summon a Holy Wisp. And a Holy Wisp is a 0/1 health, a 0 attack, 1 health unit that heals another character at the end of the round. But it's also an ally that we can lose, and then trigger ally death effects from the Lizardfolk, which is why I initially picked Elder Grix, because I saw she had that one, and I was like, okay, that's perfect for a Lizardman combo. And I think that we then I opened up and rolled this guy immediately, so that was really perfect. as a starting character, and then we've collected the other 3 lizardmen throughout the run. And then the Spirit Shuttle, you would think, is also good here. The first time an ally dies, summon an Avenging Spirit, another unit. Perfect. Except I was wrong about this one, because the the Avenging Spirit cannot be killed by the enemies. They cannot target it, so they just shoot through it, because it's a ghost. And so it cannot die, and therefore you cannot trigger ally death effects off of it. And on the other hand, it fills up the board so that I can't spawn more little units with my archer. So this was actually a really bad pick for my Lizardmen build. I just didn't know at the time. Still a good artifact, it just didn't really work out here. Although I think I do find a way to actually get it killed at some point. But it's really tricky. The next one is the Essence Collector. And this one's great for the Lizardmen again. This one says when a non-summoned ally dies, summon a Blood Wisp. A Blood Wisp, I don't remember their stats. I think they had like 1 attack, 1 health units. But again, it's another ally that you can lose, trigger ally death effects. The only thing about this one is that you have to lose one of the 4 original Lizardmen. And of course, that doesn't combo really well with the other 2. But if you have to lose one, I mean, you might as well try to get another ally in that you can then trigger death effects off of. So it's not, I mean, it's still really good, for sure. For the Lizardman build. And then the final one is literally the Staff of Amguan, and this guy is called Amguan. So like this is such a Lizardman item. It's so perfect for this team. It says if an ally doesn't attack, give them +1 power. And most of the times these two characters will not be attacking. So it's just like this one fit in so well, giving more power to my team. All right, and then I think we are about to, no, now we're about to start looking at the enemy team here and see what they do. Moving around a bit. Now the enemy, the Illifar, he just changes lanes every turn and does 2 damage. He's got 350 health, which is not nothing, eh? But he takes 25 damage every time we kill a demon. And then they immediately resummon a demon. So you can see some of them, they have 15 and 20 health, some of them have 25 health, but basically you only need to deal 15 damage here in order to do 25 damage to the boss here. You get a new demon immediately, so it's not like you're really killing the demons, you're just doing damage to the boss by killing the demons. But basically we are gaining 10 damage by killing this guy instead of attacking the boss directly. Makes sense. So you want to be targeting the demons most of the time. Alright, and the demons then. We have Morax the demon. Okay, let me wait until I decide to hover over things. Here. Nope. Okay. In a second. We could skip forward in the video, I suppose. Here we go. Poisonous. Round end, give Illifar +5 armor. So this one is poisonous, only does 1 damage. This one does 1 damage, but targets a random enemy in the lane. And at the end of the round, it summons a wandering orb, which is one of those little eyes that shoot at people. So the demons, they do random, or like different little kinds of attacks and effects. Sometimes buffing Illifar, sometimes doing other things. I think this is really good boss design. By far my favorite end boss in the game. Alright, let's see if we can skip forward a bit until we start playing. Still setting up. Okay. So, now we're going to start attacking. And so I'm going there, buffs the entire team. We spawn the Holy Wisp. And so everyone has been gaining more power already. And Amguan is building up on himself. Since he wasn't attacking, or she wasn't attacking, she gains the power from the staff here as well. And we gain the Holy Wisp, which immediately starts healing people. This eye here is in a sort of unfortunate position for me because we're not attacking it, so it's just gonna sit here and do damage to us, and that's kind of that sucks. But yeah. Damage went in on the Illifar here. Apparently that is soaked by the armor. I didn't actually know. Okay, so that's interesting. That makes the poison demon here a little bit better since he's giving armor to the boss, and that I didn't think that the 25 damage here could actually help up being soaked up by the armor. So yeah. Now my tank here has been wounded enough that I want to start scheming with him and just healing. So we just move him down here, and he's so fast that he gets to do that as the first thing in the round. So he will always heal first and then take damage. Healing for 5. By far one of the most sustainable characters in the game. Like I don't think I've ever had a character that was this survivable. Basically, I don't think you can lose him if you play it well, and unless you start losing your other lizardmen, because he's dependent on you having other lizardmen on the team. So it's like a full-on combo thing. It only works this well because we have the full lizard team. If we were just missing one lizardman, I think the whole thing would fall apart basically. And I've been shuffling or refreshing a lot in campfires in order to get to this point where we find all the good lizardmen, and I'm sure that there are more lizardmen that I didn't even find, but that are also great, and some of which I may have preferred. So the archer killed the unit over here this turn and spawned the raven, and the raven, we want to lose it to trigger effects and also to make room for spawning a new raven. So usually we would just want to put it in the front line and soak an attack. This guy ignores armor, and the other demon down here, the gray one, has a paralyzing attack. It always attacks the highest health enemy, or yeah, which is my allies, and that'll be my tank here most of the time. And now you're thinking, well, can he scheme while he's paralyzed? Yes, he can. He just schemes every round. So he's like paralyzing doesn't really harm my schemers. They don't care. They're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and scheme instead of attacking then. Move the hero up to kill the eye now, which is gonna trigger some death effects on her, or kill effects. We lost the raven, and so we triggered death effects, which made the hero attack, and this guy here gains 20 power. Now, because we lost the raven though, we spawned the spirit here. The Avenging Spirit, and we cannot lose this one easily. So this sucks because now I can't spawn new ravens that I can throw away. So I kind of am looking at throwing away the Holy Wisp just to clear up a tile on my board, because the spirit is just not that good either. It's unfortunate. Now note, when this character attacks, he's got power. So he attacks with 6 here and then 6 on the boss. Should work out. Well, I know it will. Do. That's right, click attack. Go. Keejchen, go. Can we make it speed up? Nah, never mind. Ah, okay, something else happened. I think the ghost here attacked first, right? Ouroboros also damages enemies in the same column. And this is a way, if you... because they cannot target the spirit here, but if this guy attacks the frontliner and the spirit then is in the same line, the same column, the spirit will get damaged. And I think this is how we end up getting the spirit killed. I don't realize this at first until it happens by accident. And then I realize, oh, we can get the spirit killed, and that's perfect. So this is a way to get rid of your spirit if you don't want it on your board, is to let it be hit by area of effects like this demon here. Now I didn't see what this demon does. At this point I'm starting to realize, you know what? What if, these demons come in with a 25 maximum health, right? This is what I'm hovering over here. And so we could build up power on Praliator here. If we could build that up to 25, he will attack a demon, the first demon in a row, and new demon will immediately spawn, and he's going to attack that. And so if he has more than 25 power, he will immediately kill that same demon, which makes a new demon spawn and do 25 damage to the boss. Then he attacks again, killing the next demon, dealing 25 damage to the boss. Then he attacks again, dealing 25 damage to the boss and attacking again. And this is where I decide to test that out. We just need to get this guy building up 25 power. Let's see if that's possible. That's at least the idea that I'm going for at this point. In theory, it sounds really nice. Maybe even broken. Man, that guy Keejchen, he talks a lot, eh? Look at him go. And Hypogean here is up to 16 power, so he's ready to do a big attack, but I suppose we're not doing it this turn. I'm sure I'm dishing out all kinds of wisdom in the actual recording here. And now words fail me, or maybe I'm just covering it quicker, I don't know. Power. The Holy Wisp there, good to make room on the board. We don't want to lose Amgo, and we don't have any way of healing anyone other than my two frontliners. This guy heals on Doom effects, and this guy heals with the scheming. But the two other lizardmen here, and my hero can heal, but my archer and my mage can't actually heal at all. So we have to keep those alive, and one of them is poisoned here, right? So he's in a kind of danger zone. Doesn't really want to attack, but as long as he's scheming, he's not taking damage from the poison. And here I decide to start tanking a little bit with my hero. Since they're going to shoot through the Avenging Spirit up the top, I can take 1 damage from that area of effect guy by on my hero in the background, in the back column. And she has a healing effect, so that's fine, just tanking a little bit with her every once in a while. That's what's going to happen here. But they got a new poison demon in here, so I want to move my already poisoned guy in front of him so that we don't get poisoned on more people. The scheming build is also really good against poison. It really works against a lot of stuff. It works against poison, it works against paralyze, because you just don't care about paralyze, and you don't really care about poison if you're scheming. It works out really well. So now I'm taking what? 3 total damage on my hero here. Illifar. Look at him attacking with 26 damage there, killing a demon in 1 shot. And this is getting a little bit hairy, so we don't want to keep doing this, but this was a way of tanking some of the hits here and making sure that the area of effect guy here doesn't really hit anything important. Just tanking some on the hero, and hopefully she will heal some of it back up. It is a bit of a gamble, because we could end up in a situation where I can't heal her and she might have to take damage, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Up to 15 now on Praliator. I'm probably butchering these Lizardfolk names, but they're not real names anyway. I can do whatever I want with them. And this year I'm actually realizing that we are going to be healing the mage or the hero this turn, because we do 7 and then I think it's 4 with Illifar, because she gets power before attacking. There, so she does a death effect and also will be healing for 2. Good stuff. We're up to 18 on Praliator. This guy ignores armor. We also have a problem with this guy shooting at my mage character here, who's up to 27 damage now, so I think I'm gonna let her attack or something this turn, maybe. Another hit on the hero here in order to not have anyone in that line or column. Yeah. And we are using some of the tankiness on this character here, which is he's not healing super quickly, so it's like it's a little bit of a gamble again because we don't want to lose him. Down to 3 is not the danger zone yet, or that is the danger zone. At this point you don't want to take any more damage on him. He heals, but slowly. Up to 19 damage on him though. Still not quite at 25 yet. I think he gains 3 every turn. So patience, patience, patience. Only, what, 2 more turns? Then he will be ready for the big combo wombo. Just have him not attack again, like that. We are tanking 2 damage on the archer this turn. Illifar is at half health. Now we're set up to lose the archer, but of course we will be moving someone in front. And I think the other, the fighter there is ready to do his thing. He's going to be moving up here next turn. So next turn he's going to be attacking and with 25. And then we'll see if that works. Yeah, 25. He goes second, so the enemies won't be able to attack him first or anything. I'm just going to hit attack. And then in theory, Illifar should die now. And it is getting a little bit hairy. The rest of the board is sort of falling apart, so we are on our almost last legs here. There, he kills the first one, gets Doom effect. New Demon Spawn, he attacks with 25. Kills the next one, 25 again. He kills the next one. And so it's totally working, and I'm celebrating. Look at this, we're celebrating. But wait, there's more. He doesn't stop. Look at that. He keeps going. And so, yeah. At this point, I realized that I broke the dungeon beneath. He's gonna keep going infinitely. And kill all the demons in hell. But Illifar is gone and the game refuses to progress. So this totally worked, but of course I broke the game, and so it didn't really work. I had to Alt F4 out of this, and so I end up coming back in and playing it on my own, and I beat it. I beat it by just going above 20, and so doing the exact same thing with him just from the start of the fight, going above 20 just for one thing, and I think I end up doing the combo. I think he kills like 4 demons with this setup, and then he hits a 25 demon and stops, right? And then you finish the fight. So, but he took like 4 demons down in a row by doing this. So it totally worked out, and I think it was really fun and cool. I'm sure this is just a minor bug, and I will be reporting this to the developers so they can do something about this, because obviously this is not intended. I'm sure that they would want people to be able to either not do this at all, or at least if not break the game if you do it. So I hope you guys just enjoyed seeing the Lizardfolk team in effect. I think this is by far one of the coolest builds that I've ever done in the Dungeon Beneath. I was so happy with this and how it worked out with all the artifacts and all the items that I found. It took a long time. I think I've done like 20 runs just on and off throughout the last few months. And this, of course, this is rather new because the Illifar update is not that old. But yeah, again, there will be a stream coming up this weekend of the Dungeon Beneath, where I will be handing out a key. So check out that on the Twitch link in somewhere hidden on this YouTube channel. And that's it for now, folks. This is Keejchen signing off.